No buffet, no drink package, no tipping at the bar, no kids, and no formal dining.
That is Virgin Voyages. And if you board not knowing that, you're losing the first 2 days of your trip just trying to figure out the ship.
Now we know because we did it. Our very first Virgin sailing, we didn't book a single dining reservation. Thought we walk up, get a table like every other cruise we've been on.
And we ended up eating at the galley and the pizza place for 3 days straight before we even figured out how the ship actually worked.
Now, the galley's good, but we wound up missing the test kitchen. We missed Gum Bay, and the wake only had a 9:30 left by day one.
Now, you don't got to learn it the hard way. 10 mistakes? Let's go.
Real quick, you sailed Virgin before, or is your first one coming up?
Drop a V if you've sailed it, and drop an F if you're a first timer. We're replying to every F with whatever questions you got.
All right, 10 mistakes, not random ones. Every single one of these is something we've watched first timers deal with on Sailing After Sailing, because the research they did was for a different kind of ship.
Virgin Voyages was designed to break all the rules of traditional cruising. Go in and expecting it to work like every other cruise line, and you're going to spend the first half of your trip confused instead of having the time of your life.
Mistake number one is the one that costs you the most money, and almost everybody does it, so let's get into it. Mistake number one is not downloading the Sailor app before you get on the ship. Everything on Virgin Voyages runs through that app. Your dining reservations, your shore things, your excursions, your cabin key is in that app. The Shake for Champagne feature is in that app. Your daily schedule is in that app.
And here's the part that some people miss. Your dining reservation window opens based on your fare tier. Your premium sailors get it at about 60 days out, essential gets it about 45, and your base people get it at 15. And if you don't have the app downloaded and notifications are on before that window opens, you're gonna lose that window. And all the popular restaurants fill up fast. Mistake number 2. Thinking Virgin Voyages has a drink package. They do not have a drink package. They have bar tab. And this is not just a cute name difference. It's a different system altogether.
Now, a drink package on a mainstream line means you pay a daily per person rate and drink as much as you want. The bar tab is preloaded credit. You buy $150 or $300 or $500 of credit before you sail. You use what you use. If you don't spend it all, it's gone. But you're not locked into a daily consumption rate with that.
The other thing nobody tells you is one person can buy the bar tab for the whole cabin. It does not have to be per person. So if one of you doesn't drink, you don't both have to buy it.
And the tip is already included in every drink price you see on the menu. You will never be asked to add a gratuity at the bar. That number you see is going to be the number.
We love that part. Mistake number 3 is waiting until you're on the ship to book your dining. 20 plus restaurants on Virgin Voyages, all are included in your fare, and none of them come with cover charges. But the popular ones, and I'm talking The Wake, I'm talking Extra Virgin, I'm talking Gun Bay, those fill up weeks before sailing.
So again, when your window opens based on your fare tier, that is the moment to book, not the day before your cruise. Trust me, not when you get on the ship. Again, trust me, you can, but you're not going to get what you want. If you wait until embarkation day, you'll be eating dinner at 9:30 at night or not getting your first choice restaurant for the entire sailing.
Book the restaurants you actually want the day your window opens. You can always cancel and rebook. You cannot create availability that isn't there.
And unfortunately, we learned this one personally too. Mistake number 4 is looking for the buffet. There's no buffet on Virgin Voyages, people. No Lido deck, cafeteria situation, no 24-hour pizza station.
Everything is made to order. Every restaurant, every meal, every time. The galley is going to be your closest equivalent to a buffet because it's a casual all-day venue with multiple stations. One of my favorites is the noodle bar. You got salads, grab-and-go items, and it's open almost all day.
But if you get on the ship expecting to wander past a row of the little dish thing, the little silver dish things, you're going to spend your first meal a little bit confused. Know what the galley is before you even get on board. Ask somebody, ask us, know your restaurant options. The ship requires 2 more minutes of planning than a ship with a buffet, and it is going to be worth it.
Mistake number 5, not knowing what Scarlet Night is until it's happening.
All right, if you don't know by now, Scarlet Night is Virgin Voyages' signature event. It happens once per sailing, usually a sea day evening. The whole ship, and I mean the whole ship, goes red. The entertainment, the bars, the deck party. It is the best night of the entire cruise.
And if you don't know it's coming, you're missing all the prep, especially if you don't have your red outfit. You don't know which bar to be at because there's several. You walk in it unprepared and you're going to spend the first hour trying to catch up. Mistake number 6, picking your cabin by price, not by location.
You see, on most cruise lines, the cabin tier is the main decision most people have. Interior, a balcony, a suite. On Virgin Voyages, the location on the ship is what really matters, more than most people even realize.
All right, the sea terrace, and that's what they call their balcony cabin, is where most people end up. But the sea terrace on deck 11 midship is a very different experience from the sea terrace on deck 14 forward. The higher decks have the better views. The forward cabins get more wind and more movement. The midship cabins are closest to everything.
So I said this previously in another video. Look at the deck plan before you book, not just the cabin category, the actual deck position. CruiseDeckPlans.com, 2 minutes, tells you exactly what you're getting. Not sponsored. All right, let's get into mistake number 7. Ignoring shore things until you get to the port. Now, shore things is what Virgin calls their excursions. And unlike most cruise lines, some of the best ones will book out weeks before you even get on board the ship.
Also, Virgin vets every single shore thing operator, which means that if your excursion runs late, the ship will wait. That's not true if you book independently.
But what we're saying is know the difference before you make the call at a busy port. Book your must-have shore things when your dining window opens. Treat them as the same way that you're going to treat your restaurant reservations.
Mistake number 8 is not knowing what sailor loot is.
Sailor loot is your onboard credit that Virgin adds to your booking. It's going to vary by promotion and fare tier, but most sailings come with some. And you can use it on shore things like the spa, merchandise. It's not the same as your bar tab. It's separate. And if you don't know it's there, you might not use it before the sailing ends.
Check your booking confirmation and check the app when you board. Know what sailor loot you have and what it can be applied to. Free money you don't use is just money you're leaving on the ship.
All right, let's get into mistake number 9, not booking your embarkation arrival slot. Now, Virgin Voyages uses a staggered boarding system. You pick a time window in the app before you sail.
And if you don't pick one, you're getting assigned to that last window, which means you're boarding at 3 p.m. instead of 1 o'clock. That's 3 to 4 hours of your first sea day gone.
So book your embarkation slot the same day you book your cruise. The earliest available, you're done.
Mistake number 10. And honestly, it is the biggest one. Boarding Virgin Voyages, expecting it to be like every other cruise you've taken.
It's not, y'all. And that is exactly the point.
It's designed that way on purpose. And every time we meet a first timer who comes in with a fresh eyes, ready to let that ship be what it actually is, they're rebooking before they even get home.
Every single time.
So let go of what you think a cruise is supposed to be. You came to the right ship. If you've been rocking with us for a minute, you already know that we don't sugarcoat. Everything we just walked through is something we've watched first-timers struggle with on every sailing. Now you don't have to. Go enjoy your trip because you're ready.
And now that you know what to expect on Virgin, the next thing is what it actually cost you. Not the fare, the real number. That breakdown is right here.